Hey guys, welcome back to Downtown Crown Wine and Beers Feature of the Week. I'm Arash, this is Dave, and we're joined here by Jesse Mogk of D&V International. D&V International imports an amazing variety of Belgian beers, some really familiar names such as St. Bernardus, Duchess de Bourgogne, and we're here to promote our event this Friday, September 23rd from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Dave, you want to tell us the details?
Yep, so Jesse and myself have been working on this event for about a year. Jesse covers the entire country. He has an amazing portfolio of beers. We're going to have 16 Belgian beers on tap on Friday, which just so happens to be a record, correct, Jesse?
That is a record, yes. The previous record was 14.
Yep.
So you guys kind of surprised me with some vintage kegs that I'm really surprised about.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. We're going to have all of the St. Bernardus beers on. We'll have beers from Valdu. We'll have beers from De Rolk. We'll have beers from Verhaag. So an incredible variety, triples, doubles, quads, and sours. Something for everybody. It's going to be an amazing event. We're also going to be chilling down this bad boy right here, which is a 2015 vintage St. Bernardus 6-liter Methuselah bottle. We're going to pop that open, pour it out for you guys in the bar, have you guys autograph it. That's going to be really, really cool. So Jesse, can you tell everybody what everybody loves Belgian beer. Everybody has at least tried something Belgian at some point in their life. But what makes Belgian beer so special?
I think the biggest thing about Belgian beer that differentiates it from other countries in the world is the history. Right here we have Valdu. This is a brewery that is inside a monastery. The monastery celebrated its 800th anniversary this year. St. Bernardus, one of our best-selling brands, is rooted in history with a monastery in France called Mondécats, and those monks fled France and moved into Belgium, just maybe 1 mile into Belgium, and started a cheese factory in the 1800s. Eventually, in 1946, the West Vleteren monks came to St. Bernardus Cheese Factory and started brewing there until 1992. So you
guys might be familiar with what West Vleteren 12, considered to be one of the highest rated beers in the world.
One of the rarest beers.
One of the rarest as well.
This is true.
So what else are you bringing on Friday to pop? Something super, super special to kind of showcase the longevity of Belgian beer.
Sure. You mentioned earlier that we've been working on this for a year, and schedules didn't work out. We tried a few times, but I'm happy that I'm finally going to be here.
High demand.
Yes. Very busy.
Yeah.
So I brought you something special. It's a 1986 St. Bernardus Potter 6. This is when West Vleteren was still brewing at the brewery.
Wow.
You can see, obviously, the labels are pretty similar, but have changed a little bit over time. So we're going to drink those side by side and see how they've changed over the course.
Better get here early if you want to pour that, because there's not much in that bottle, obviously.
Small pours.
So there's also another brand called Kazematten that we're going to have some beers on. Can you tell everybody about Kazematten?
Sure. Kazematten is a new hobby brewery from St. Bernardus. It's a partnership between the daughter from St. Bernardus and the son from Rodenbach Brewery. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of, they call it their playground. So they're brewing different, interesting, and unique styles of beer. We're pouring a spiced brown ale from Pierre Celis called Grutten, and then a 4-grain 4-herb beer called Wiper's Times that kind of drinks like a wit, a blonde, and a triple in one beer.
So also something, a trend obviously you guys know in the States now is the popularity of sour beer, but some people may not be aware that Belgian brewers are actually credited for creating the style that has now become so popular. So we're going to have a beer called Verhaag Echt Kriekten beer, which is a cherry lambic. That'll be on tap right on Friday, and that's delicious and a great example of sour beers. So
Duchess de Bourgogne.
Yeah.
We'll also be pouring Duchess de Bourgogne, which is our second best-selling beer after St. Bernardus AB 12. Something interesting is that Belgians don't really use the term sour beer. This beer is called a Flanders Red. So it's just the style of beer from the region, happens to be a sour style beer. And it's aged in red wine barrels for 8 and 18 months and then blended together. My favorite beer.
It is pretty tasty.
So guys, especially for the novice beer drinkers, we've thrown out a lot of big terms here and a lot of big names that a lot of people are probably not familiar with.
Yep.
So if you're not familiar with Belgian beer, this is a perfect time to come in and talk to Jesse and learn about these different beers and the history, the vast history and the amazing history of these monks brewing incredible beers that you do see a Belgian beer on tap at any kind of reputable beer bar.
Right.
And we're so lucky for you guys to bring it in to the States, and I really appreciate that. And we're going to showcase that this Friday, September 23rd, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We're going to be opening up this bad boy, a 30-year-old beer, which you can't find 30-year-old beer.
Drink that? Yeah.
And, we're going to have some free glassware. Guys, this is another can't-miss event. Belgian tap takeover.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Jesse. I appreciate you coming out. I know
Thanks
it's
for
been
having
a
me, guys. I'm
lot of
really
work.
excited.
So we'll see you Friday, guys.
See you Friday.
Yep.